Hi, this is Quentin Pooler. Here's my project for week 4. First, we need to have one kill zone that kills a player instantly, and this is on one of the AI guards I have walking around the level. If you can see in this magenta colored box that says killing player, once the player enters in a collision box I have set just ahead of the AI, it will destroy the actor, which is essentially killing the player. Next, we need to have a way that when a player dies, they respawn. So in this orange window here, I have it so that first it sets the player's health when they respawn back to maximum, and then it sets the location they are at as the spawn point, or after the first time they die, it will pick the most recent checkpoint the player has crossed and respawn the player there. Next thing that we need to have is one trigger that damages players over time, and this fire trap trigger here in the purple box, it shows that when the player or an AI goes into the area and the trap has been activated, a particle system will play that shows the fire, and then as long as they're in there, it does damage to any actor that's actually in that area, be it the player or the AI. Next, we had to have AI that moves with navigation mesh bounds and AI movement nodes. So here is a side view of the level and wireframe, and over here on the side is my nav mesh bounds volume, which if I turn the visibility on and off, you see that yellow line that appears and disappears. That's showing that I have the entire level set up with inside that box. And for movement nodes, there's a very long part of the blueprint which helps to figure out where the AI is going to go. So it starts off with a destination it sets, which will be just a random value, and then as it goes through, it checks to see if it's failed to get to that spot or already at that spot. It waits a little bit, then picks another spot, which is another one of the requirements, having a blueprint pull a random spot in a sphere and cast it into a blueprint, which sets the next destination for that AI. Then we also had to have it do different things depending on whether the player is heard or seen. So in this orange box, there is whether when the player is heard, it will play a sound at the end of that, but first it goes through this whole chain of events, checking to see what the volume was and going to the location that the sound was played at, and that the sound that the player made, and it sets the walk speed to a slow speed. If I go over here for when the player gets spotted, it will set the walk speed to 500 and also play a different sound to let the player know they've been spotted rather than heard. And this walk speed is a lot faster so that the AI can chase the player. Then I incorporated some of the puzzles from last time with changing the material on cubes and needing to use a control panel to activate the trap, and making it so that when the AI in one of the rooms is defeated, then it will unlock the door. And I think that's about it. So now I will show what it looks like when you actually play the level. So I put some text up on the wall here to let the player know what to do. That's one thing I didn't show in the blueprint, but I can do that at the end real quick, is that when you press Q, it will make a whistle noise that will get the attention of the guards. So here we go. You can see a guard there. It walks around a set area and will just keep doing that unless he sees the player or hears them. When the player is seen, it will play that noise and you'll get sent back to the next checkpoint you're at, which right here at the beginning is the first one, and you only get sent back there when you actually get touched by it. If you get heard, it plays a different sound, which I'm going to do here by pushing the whistle. It's a little hard to hear that. So I'll try that again on one of the other guards. Anyway, here's a little hedge maze-like area that you're supposed to try and avoid the guards. And also right there was the first checkpoint besides the starting spot. Then if I stop getting spotted for a moment, here, let me just restart that so that it's easier to see. Doing it the right way this time. It's easiest just to follow behind. Going through this door gets to the next checkpoint, which is the third one, and into a room with the AI that follows a random path. And it did something weird there, sorry about that. I'm just going to skip forward to where I was at. Okay, here's the one that goes in a random path, depending on where it got from that get random location. So first I'll go over here and activate the trap that will kill it. Now it's active. I can either have it chase me into there, or just use the whistle to try and lure it over into that spot. There was the noise where it just heard it. It's gonna walk into there, it got defeated, it's no longer in there, so now I can walk through this door and go over to the puzzle. This is like it was in one of the previous lessons. You press C until they match. Now this door is unlocked after I go back in there. Unlocked, ta-da, you escaped, and that's the end of the level.